It's going straight off.
Yep. That's why there's a lot of different camps that exist. All types of different Hebrew Israelite groups, all over. The reason why they're separated is because they have their own different doctrine. But there is one truth. There's one doctrine. And that's why, as long as that dynamic is set, that's why you're going to have contention. That's why you're going to have, back and forth. That's why you're going to have a lot of reproof, a lot of rebuking. That's necessary. All right? And our job is to pretty much, because the Lord entrusted us with His gospel. So now we have to what? We have to be on the defense for it. And a lot of dudes, they interpret that as us, we're showing hatred against Israel, and they think it's personal. They call it cat banging. They got an issue with us going in on dudes when we detect that there's some leaven in the doctrine. But all we're doing is showing love, and that's in the law. Thou shalt rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Us not giving a fuck, that would be hate. Because we're going to allow you to be led to destruction.
We're not giving you one. However, one.
And that's even in Ezekiel. If we don't give the warning, then the blood is on our hands too. So,
alright, shalom. First one, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai is the Son of the Living Power, which these are the true names of the Most High and His only begotten Son, the Messiah. Right, and touching on this video that I just played, which was concerning dealing with heresies and heretics, right? Because the prophets and teachers, which are the men at GMS, and here's some of the prophets, some of the true teachers that you see right now on the screen, which I say go subscribe and attend to their videos and learn, right? But dealing with the prophets and teachers, they rebuke and reprove. They were set, the true prophets and teachers, which I believe in sincerity are the men at Great Millstone, which the true prophets and teachers were set up to reprove the thoughts of men, was set up to warn and rebuke. Right, when Yahushua came walking among us, came to Israel, came unto His own. Well, He came unto His own to what? To heal the sick. Which the sick, when I say sick, I'm symbolically speaking, talking about the sick, symbolizes the wicked, the sinners. So Yahushua, He came to heal the sick. Not to destroy, but to heal. And the prophets and teachers and us that believe in Yahushua, we desiring to be disciples, working to be faithful disciples of Yahushua. We follow after that, way as well. We follow those actions as well. Right, I'm symbolically speaking when I say heal the sick. And the prophets and teachers here today, in a way, when they preach and reprove and rebuke and exhort, they healing people. When you go out of the scriptures and teach the word in truth and sincerity, you are healing people, man. You are healing these sick individuals, these ignorant men. So when we rebuke, we also need rebuking so you could turn from your ways. From your we rebuking so a wicked man, a deceitful man, could turn from his deceitful ways. Like our precept, this is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1, it says, I charge thee therefore before the Most High, and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing. So it really, it's better to be judged righteously right now by the prophets, by the teachers, by the apostles, by the elders. Because it's either you're going to get judged righteously now, or you're going to get judged later on. And one is grievous, more grievous than the other. Because it's going to come a time when it's going to be too late to turn from your wicked ways. It says, and his kingdom, verse 2, it says, preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Which when you go into the word charge, let's go into it. Because this is what Paul said. Paul said, I charge thee, therefore, before the Most High, and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word. Be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So let's go into the word charge. I charge thee. Salaki. Let me spell it correctly. So it's not hate, it's actually love. And I'm gonna get that precept as well. Charge means the man. Let's see in Latin. Right, basically a demand to entrust someone with a task as a duty. So we have been given a duty to reprove and rebuke. That's a duty of ours. And that's love. Do not the scripture says love thy neighbor as as thyself? Which brings me back to the parable of the good Samaritan, where the good Samaritan came across a man that was being half dead, and that good Samaritan helped that man. And that's really, that's compassionate on our part. That's us being compassionate when we rebuke, reprove, and exhort. That's like us. That's like unto us healing you from your sickness, from your disease. Because really, you people that are ignorant and deceived and are being deceivers and are deceived are sick and beaten. Somewhat dead, half dead, because you don't have the truth in you. So when those that have the truth teach you the truth, preach the truth to you, they're somewhat healing you. Which doeth not the scripture. It's not this. Sometimes the scriptures speaks about oil. It's not this oil. It's not this truth likened unto oil. Good oil. Sometimes oil in the scriptures is symbolic for the truth. It's not oil good for the wound. Not oil build one up, heal thee. In fact, let me see real quick. See? So, hey man, that's basically, hey, it's not, what is a disciple? Right? Because, hey, if you continue in the word, you are a disciple of the Lord. It speaks about that in the book of John. And I got, a couple of precepts. I just want to, touch on a couple of things real quick. A disciple means a learner. A learner. A follower. See? Believer. A follower. So, what a follower is? An imitator. An imitator. A follower. But going onto the precepts that I have. Right. In fact, let me just continue reading 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. Jump down to verse 3. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. So it's going to come a time where it's already happening, and it's going to continue happening. When people are not going to, when people are not going to endure sound doctrine, they're not going to, carry sound doctrine. They're going to forsake it. Good sound means good. When you sound in health, you're good in health. You got sound health, you good health, right? It says, but after their own lust, they shall heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. So it's going to come a time when people are going to have, following at their own desires, after their own bellies, after their own intentions. They're going to heap to themselves teachers, false teachers. Because sometimes the true teachers are too harsh to a lot of individuals in the world. That's why it speaks about blessed is he that is not offended in me. Right, so a lot of people is going to become offended by the true teachers, or by the true teachers and prophets. They're going to get offended by them. And true teachers and the true prophets, they going to be preaching the truth. They're going to be doing righteously. They are doing righteously. So basically, this is basically a lot of these individuals out there, they ain't gonna like the style, and they gonna desire their own style, their own way. That's why they like to attend to these false prophets that speak good things, speak smooth things, sweet things unto the ears. Teach vanity things, because the man that attend like vain things, like smooth things, like sweet things. But the true prophets and teachers are not here to teach or sugarcoat vain anything. True prophets and teachers are here to teach the truth. Right, but continue on in verse 3. It says, having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. It says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. It says, make full proof of thy ministry. And that's what the prophets are doing, making full proof of the ministry. Right? In fact, let's go into the word proof real quick. Because we ain't hiding this, truth, man. We letting the world know You know, the true prophets, teachers, letting the world know. Know what is that sound doctrine. That's why the true prophets, teachers are preaching the gospel. They're not shunning the whole council. Shun means to withhold. So the prophets and teachers are not withholding the council, man. And sometimes that council, part of that council is what? Rebuking, reproving. It goes against some things. So evidence or argument. But what is an evangelist? What is an evangelist, real quick? By a person who seeks to convert others to Christian to the faith. Right, a preacher I know I spelled it wrong, but Salakia. Spread the gospel. So evangelists spread the gospel. Spread the gospel, So continue on with this lesson. I have some precepts prepared, before this video, and I'm gonna touch on them. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 12. It says, "For what have I to do to judge them also that are without?" So what have we to do with those that are outside of the so-called Israelite community? It says, well, for what have I to do to judge them that are without? Them also that are without. Do not ye judge them that are within? So, amen. And it's a question. Of course, we are supposed to judge them that are within. We are supposed to judge them that are in the so-called, these fellow Israelites, man. Hebrew Israelites in different camps. And we rebuke those, and we judge those righteously. We judge those that are in the same camp. You'll find the elder apostles rebuking and reproving other GMS members. Verse 13, it says, "But them that are without, God judgeth. Therefore put away from among yourselves that wicked person." Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 12. It says, "Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous." Now this is when you go into this chapter, it's concerning the ungodly perspective. This chapter is concerning the ungodly perspective on things, and the ungodly perspective on a righteous man. Right? So this is what the ungodly said, right? Verse 12 says, "Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. So the righteous are not for the turn of the wicked." We don't get down with what you false prophets get down with. We seek not to get down with you false prophets, man. The righteous man is not going to mingle with or fellowship with the unrighteous man. so shall the even so the right prophet, the right teacher, shall not no fellowship or mingle with the false teacher, false prophet. Why? Because these two are contrary to each other. The right prophet teach right things, and the false prophet teach false things, and they ought not to mingle with each other. So it's not. It's a. So it's a. What's the word? It's a necessary thing, if you will. It's a necessary thing for the right prophets and teachers to rebuke and warn and reprove the deceiver. It's a necessary thing. That's a natural thing. That's a very natural thing. Just like how water quencheth the fire, or put out the fire. That's a natural thing. That's a necessary thing. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. So the righteous men are going to preach righteous things. So righteous teachers are going to teach things that are opposite or shall I say this? The righteous teachers are going to preach the things that that are against the deceit. It says he upbraided. It says he upbraideth us with our offending of the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressing of our education. Verse 13, it says he professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. And yet the true prophets and teachers are sure. They're sure, because they believe in that that sure foundation, that faithful foundation. It says, verse 14, it says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. And this is talking about the righteous man. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts. So it's not hate. All you other camps that's, say GMS is hate group, it's not hate. What the true prophets and teachers are made to reprove the thoughts of men. Verse 15, it says he is grievous unto us even to behold. And that's why a lot of these newcomers in the so-called Israelite community, they don't even turn these videos on. They don't even want to deal with the reproof, man. It says, for his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. Verse 16 says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Hey, that's what you false prophets and you other camps, a lot of you other camps are. You are you are fraud leaders, man. Now a lot of people that are in other camps, that are in these forward camps, I believe that a lot of you are going to leave those camps and come into the truth. Which that's what the elder always speaks about as well. It says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, which when you go into the word counterfeit, is synonymous to the word hypocrite. It says he abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his father. You know? Ephesians chapter 4 verse 27. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 25, it says, wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. And that's what the prophets do. It says, be ye angry and sin not. So, hey, we could be angry at you camps, man. We could be angry at you leaders, man. We could be angry and sin not. It's not a sin to be angry. Yahweh Shai was angry at those Jews, man, that were opposing the light, the truth. It says, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Verse 27 says, neither give place to the devil. So we don't give place to any of these doctrines of devils, man. We don't give place to any false doctrine or teaching. Second John chapter 1 verse 9, it says, whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Mashiach have not the Most High. It says, he that abideth in the doctrine of Mashiach, he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. So if any man don't bring the sound doctrine, we don't welcome you. We don't receive you into our houses, or we ought not to receive you into our houses, man. It says, for he that biddeth him, or bideth him, so like it biddeth, or bideth, I don't know how to pronounce it. It says, for he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. You know? Titus chapter 1 verse 13, it says, this witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. So it says rebuke them sharply, and this was an instruction, if I'm not mistaken, written to Titus. Let's see real quick. This was the Apostle Paul's instruction, you know, written to the Apostle Titus. So Paul told, you know, Titus to rebuke those deceitful men, those deceivers, sharply, man, that they may be sound in the faith, that they may be good. Because, like, again, when you reprove and rebuke and teach, it's like killing the sick. You know, which, you know, rebuking sharply, that's a harsh thing. Which brings me to let me get this real quick. Luke chapter 19 verse 21. It says, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Now this austere man is talking about Yahweh Shai. The austere man in the scripture is talking about Yahweh Shai, man, or represent Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is an austere man, which when you go to the word austere, it's synonymous to the word severe, harsh, hard. So, hey, Yahushua was a austere man, man. You know, there's many accounts where Yahushua rebuked Peter. There's many accounts where Paul, or there's an account where Paul rebuked Peter as well. And there's many accounts where Yahushua rebuked the apostles, the disciples. You know, but going to back to matter of fact, let's go to the book of, let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 8. I'm gonna close off on these last two scriptures. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8, it says, "Open thy mouth for the dumb, and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction." So we supposed to open our mouth for the dumb. Yeah, for these men. Yeah, because these a lot of these leaders and these teachers in the so-called Israelite community, they're dumb. Which dumb not in the modern sense, but dumb as in not speaking, not teaching, not exhorting, not warning, not teaching, not talking. Right? So open thy mouth for the dumb, and that's what we do, man. That's why GMS is known as the camp that always get on other camps, on other brothers and sisters. Hey, they don't hold back on the sisters, man. On a woman, man. Especially and a man as well. Especially if you are a so-called teacher of a congregation, we definitely don't hold back. The elders definitely don't hold back. The teachers definitely don't hold back. It says, "Open thy mouth for the dumb, and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction." Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. And Christians, one thing Christians like to say is that don't judge, don't judge. Which there's a balance to everything, man. There's always a righteous balance, man. We touch on the matters of mercy, but it's all it's evident that, man, it's okay. It's evident that it's okay to judge righteously. It's not a bad thing to judge, man. You gotta do it in the right manner. Right, it says, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. And that's somewhat being a defense. The prophets are somewhat, and teachers are somewhat a defense against these false doctrines and false teachings for the poor and needy. Because you teachers, you false teachers and false prophets, you overthrow houses, man. You overthrow men and women, man. You overthrow simple people, unlearned people, untaught people, and you deceive them. And can the blind lead the blind? Shall not both fall into the ditch? So if we can't help the blind leader, we gonna help, the blind followers. Right, but I'm gonna close off on that. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in His truth, and all praises and honor and glory be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, shalom.